Alex Greenhill is a mom of 3 and a physician tech CEO. Passionate about big ideas that use tech to make people's lives better. She co-founded My Best Helper, an award-winning tech company transforming how families find help for child and elder care. Has anyone here used that? Because I love that site, right? It's awesome. Finding awesome hires as well as being able to help each other. So here's Alex Greenhill.
Thank you, Christine. I didn't bring slides on purpose. As a physician educator, I'm a master of the slide deck, but I thought that we can have a very intimate 200 people conversation right here, right now for the next few minutes. And so before I share with you something that I have learned the hard way and I have found solutions for, I just want to explain a little bit, because people usually say like a physician tech CEO, like how does that happen? And it's a long story, but I will make it very short. I was an emergency physician, and one of my insights in the emergency room was that most of the things that hit the emergency room shouldn't have come to the emergency room in the first place. So after many years of saving people's lives in the last crisis moment, I decided to do something about it and got involved in healthcare policy. And so that led me from Montreal to Ottawa to then Vancouver. I was involved in major initiatives implementing electronic medical records, primary care reforms, women's issues, you name it. And all of my work was receiving a lot of awards and recognitions, and I didn't feel happy with what I was doing because I didn't see a change that impacted real people in real day life. I mean, some things were somewhat better, but marginally so. It wasn't anything that was like denting the universe. And suddenly, all these Star Trek stories that we grew up on, where you have a tricorder and the doctor just heals you, none of that was becoming a reality. And then I started reading more and more and being very evidence-oriented, evidence-based, is 70% of illnesses, the big ones, so heart attacks, strokes, cancer, colon, ulcerative colitis, Crohn's, all of these things are completely due to stress, either induced by or worsened or triggered, and the stress that we're talking about is not major life stress, such as, I lost a loved one in the 9/11 crash of the towers, but it was the daily grind that we kind of push aside and say, it's not a big deal, it's just one little thing. And that little thing, when you'd actually do studies, and I could have put up lots of slides to show you the evidence behind that, but it's a low-grade inflammation, largely because it triggers systems that were built to help us run away from the lion chasing us. It was supposed to last 5 to 10 minutes while we found safety, and then all of those systems would shut down. Our daily life, with the ongoing small events that are happening, are triggering all of those systems and are turning them on all the time. And so what happens with that is we're not built to withstand that, and our systems are sustaining wear and tear. And so I had an epiphany, and I kind of said, hey, healthcare establishment, shouldn't we do something about that instead of saving people once they're sick and spending millions of dollars doing that? And people basically big yawn and said, yeah, we know all of that, but we have these fires going on over here, so there's no resources to spend over there where we could have prevented the fire in the first place. And so doing the same thing, expecting a different outcome, is the definition of insanity. And I said, well, I can't participate in this insanity. I think I have a way of finding a different way forwards. And so my different way forwards started with me and say, hey, I'm an N of 1. What if I actually applied some of those insights in my own life and saw what kind of an impact that would have? And so those insights did work for me, and I'm now happy to share them with you. And so the first step, and it seems like a very small, obvious little step, is my default answer for somebody who offered help became yes. Before these insights, when people said, can I give you a hand, the proud, independent, oh, I can get it done, no problem, me, would say, no, I'm okay, thank you. And then I just changed, and I said, people offering me help at work, people offering me help at home, I would say, yes. And then things happened that created capacity. They might have said something, yes, that I could have done myself, but now somebody else was doing it, and therefore I had more time to do something else that mattered to me. And it was fun. Like, people would actually then stay over and have coffee, and I would see my friends more often. And so the most immediate impact of that was great. So many people here in the room have that policy already. Am I preaching to the converted? Are you the kind of people that when people offer help, you are like, yes? Okay. All right, some of you, but some of you need some more extra work. So the second step on that journey is crossing the psychological divide and actually saying, can you please help me? So asking for help. And that requires some bravery, because most people don't want to offend, they don't want to impose, they're not sure if it's going to get done our way, I don't want to owe you. And so it's more threatening to move into that space and ask for help. But I can assure you, wonderful things happen. And most importantly, all of the research, including some great stuff being done at UBC, shows that people providing help to others feel better on the spot. Like, if you help somebody else out, the person offering the help feels better, and they will live longer and healthier. So in fact, by asking you for help, I'm giving you an opportunity to feel better right now and live longer and healthier. And so after doing that for a while and sharing those income, I have tons of people who've tried to implement that and they've seen the benefits. Are all the problems solved? Well, no, not entirely. Life is better, but not yet to the degree to which I wanted to improve it. And so there's 3 additional things you can do after those 3 steps. And the first one of them is actually Arts Umbrella gave me the short way of saying that, which is when they do birthday parties with kids, the first thing they do with the kids is they say, if you get paint in your hair, what do you say? No big deal. If you get paint in your eye, what do you say? No big deal. If another child runs into you and drops a paint on your clothes, no big deal. And so one of those things is that being a mother and running around and being busy, things will happen that are outside of your control and your day's gonna go haywire. And my first thought is, it's not a big deal. Right? It's not a major disaster, it's nothing I can't recover from. And I was late for the BCIT convocation in May, where I was the keynote speaker, because my daughter was throwing up until half an hour before. There was nothing I could do. There's nobody else you can delegate to. I can't ask anyone else. It's you. And so, no big deal. The second one is we're building a whole bunch of tech tools that will make it easier for you to reach out just in time and ask people for friends and community for assistance. So watch for all those tools hitting you on your mobile phone. You can figure out which one of your friends is available to help. And then last but not least is people underestimate the benefits of giving hugs. Hugs release oxytocin. It's an instant booster to your health and well-being. And if there's nobody around to give you a hug, giving yourself a hug totally works. So doctor prescribed 90 seconds, wrap your hands around yourself and tell yourself, I'm awesome. So this is, I welcome questions and the interaction. I'll stay for later on, but accept help, ask for help, offer help. If things go haywire, no big deal. And then, whenever you ever get a chance to give a hug or receive a hug, I would also recommend take it.